can't believe it. What am I, blind? Actually, I went to the Star Wars movie. That's why I don't have my glasses. I think I left them there. Sorry, Eric. But I called. They didn't find any Pradas. And Eric's begging me to go in and get another eye exam anyway. So I will be having new glasses. I got to get those white ones back, though. So I am, I have no eyewear right now, so I'm pretty blind. But I can get home, I'm not that blind. But I do love my glasses. I think glasses are in and contacts are kind of out. If you're a kid, my kid's like, I'm not wearing glasses. I'm like, well, if you can hit the baseball better, wear the glasses. But anyway, I love the frames that come out. It's so great. So here's what we're doing. We're doing Edgartown, Martha's Vineyard, or Cape May. I think it's in New Jersey. So these are just cute little houses. It's very easy. You can see this one is what I'm doing. This one I did it in about 5-10 minutes at school with one of my students. And this one is the one we did last episode. So I'm gonna fix it up. I'm gonna try to make it look great. If you watched the first episode, great. If not, just enjoy yourself, hang out and have fun and paint with us. It's so great. You don't have to be good either. It doesn't matter. This makes you live longer, okay? Although I do have a couple exams I need to go back to. And my doctor wants me to send something in the mail. I'm like, I get enough of that kind of mail. I don't think I can send that in the mail. But anyway, I'll go back to my doctor when I'm ready. I'm just not ready. I do my own thing. So if you are out there and you're watching and you have lots of doctors and things, just wait till you're ready. Don't worry about it. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I have started putting the fence. I do a perspective, which gets smaller in the background. It gets smaller in the background. I started with the red door, and I'm gonna do a little bit more detail, and then I'm gonna bounce back and do those hydrangeas. They're gonna be gorgeous. Oh. So here's what I'm gonna do. I might make the same color door on the next greenhouse. So I'm gonna mix some hunter green with some black. I'm gonna make this super dark green, and that's gonna be the next door on the house. It's gonna be beautiful, gorgeous. And I can put some of this in the background too, because the background, is very light colored green. And so people get nervous. They're like, oh, what are you doing, Dawn? And I'm like, well, you know what? There's some darker greens and some lighter greens. Okay, so you're just gonna go like this, and you can throw some different colors in there, like that. It's so fun. If you ever wanna work Nutmeg TV, we've got Karen on the camera. I can't believe she knows how to use that thing. I don't know how to use that, but thank you, Karen. Thank you for all the volunteers that come. I can't do that, but I will direct if I can. I did Kat's show a couple times. I wasn't that good, but she said I was fine. So we're just throwing in some darks and lights in the background. And people, how do you do that, Dawn? I'm like, you know what, I don't know. I've been doing this a long time now. So I don't get nervous. I just know that there's different colors poking through. We don't want the same green in the background. So, I just mix it up a little. And I don't know about that white, but we'll see. Okay, always use your water. Not too much because it drips like that. Okay, but don't worry about drips. We've got a lot of people that get nervous about painting. There's nothing to be nervous about. Okay, it's so fun. And I've got this Wild Hack collection, thank you. Wild Hack collection on, along with my GWA pin. Oh, can you believe it? It was $2, and the lady goes, it's Blue Day, so you get half off. So it was $1. I love it. I love pins. Like old ladies love pins, but I am getting old. So I do love pins. I kind of like, I'm not a jewelry person, but I like pins. My husband has great taste in jewelry, but one day I said, you know what, I'm gonna go to good old Tom's. Do you mind, Tone? And he's like, what, you're gonna trade in all the jewelry I bought you? And I was like, if you don't mind, I'll keep the wedding rings, but I just don't wear it. So he said, go ahead, I don't mind. So, no. I don't want it to look too fake, so I'm just gonna kind of go in. I'm not sure if I'm liking that white, so again, you can switch it up a little. And don't be too into the background, because we want the foreground to pop here, okay? So we're just gonna put some of that around. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of the white, don't like it. I do have blue now, though, I forgot. See, last episode, I forgot the blue. Now, here it is. I'm gonna make the blue hydrangeas, because those are the ones I like. Sometimes they change from purple to blue. I'm gonna make some different leaves in the front. Now remember, you're gonna be able to see the shape of the leaf if you're in the front. So it's gonna be those gigantic, huge leaves. They're huge, okay? And some of them are even flowing over onto the ground here, okay? Put those in They're pretty much everywhere. But my blue hydrangeas are going to go over everything. If it drips, don't worry, okay, because there might be hydrangeas going over here. There's probably some over there. And it's a lot of fun. It's so fun to paint. And I've got this cheap brush from my school, Jamoki. I'll bring it back, don't worry. I don't steal. But anyway, these are little cheap brushes that kids use at school, and they really work. You don't need anything fancy. It really is just fun. Okay, I know these hydrangea leaves are super pointy, and they come over everything. And I'm going to put one here. Okay, then we'll put our fence in soon. Okay, it's going to be gorgeous. So I hope everybody had a fabulous New Year's. We had a great party at Nutmeg TV. I got to meet everybody. I loved meeting James something. I think it was Reed. His show was great, and he talks like this, so it was very, very exciting to meet him. I loved it. It was so much fun. Now, I'm getting closer. You can see this one. It's a little different than my other one, but that's okay. And I'm going to put the door in on that one. I'm not sure what color door that one's going to be. I think I'm going to keep it the Edgartown green, which is black mixed with green. And you can see it here. Doesn't matter which color green. You think it looks black, but it's really green. And you know, my husband works for Pittsburgh Paints in Norwalk. It's so far for him to drive. He never gets into any accidents, but he talks about people cutting him off all the time because he's constantly on the road, you know, 4 hours every day to get to Norwalk and back. So, you know, I feel bad for him. And I just zipped right into Hartford, but somebody almost hit me maybe twice today. I just use the horn, but not a lot, and I wait till people are going to hit me. You know, I don't just go around beeping my horn. I'm not one of the people where if you don't step on your gas right away, I don't beep the horn. I'll wait. I mean, I can tell you're texting, but I'm not going to hit the horn until you're, like, really texting. But I'm not one of those. I can wait. So I'm going to put my door in, and I'm going to make it, it's got to be taller than the windows, obviously. So I'm going to put that in there. Then we're going to do the inside of the window. So that's going to be gray, which is black and white. It's so easy. Yep, black and white. Now, even if you have a remnant of green left over, it's okay. So black and white makes gray. Again, you know, probably should be using better brushes, but I don't mind. Okay, and we're going to put these gray windows in here. Okay, they're going to go here. And those are just showing that it's, you know, reflecting off of the light. And those are going to go like that. I am going to put white back in there, but not yet. Okay, and that's going to go there. This one's obviously here. Whoops. Don't worry if you mess it up. It's fine. I have plenty of. Now, always paint the sides. So if this window goes off, you want to paint the side. It's very in now not to frame. So people, oh, I have to frame that. Well, no, you don't. You do if you don't paint the sides, but it looks nice if you paint the sides, okay? So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to do the other windows. Yep. It's getting cold, but we only had one snow. No, we didn't even have a snow day. We got 6 inches. It wasn't that bad. It was that very icy, crispy stuff, though. So that was, you know, interesting. And then this weekend, I'm going to be going to the Hampton Inn. My daughter's birthday is January. It's such a bummer to have a birthday in January. So we don't know what to do. We're not really skiers. I mean, I ski. My kids ski, but not so much like we're really good skis. And I'm talking snow ski, not water ski. I heard about someone that loves water skiing around here. It's kind of creepy. But anyway, we like the snow ski. I don't like water skiing, not that much. It's, you know, that ski goes the wrong way and, you know, we got a problem. This house needs another window on the side of it. So all you do, and I'll show you how to do it, you take your brush or your pencil and you measure. All the windows on the side of the house are going to be the same. So that window is going to be right here. I had it higher up, but no, I was wrong. So that window is going to line up right with this one, and it's going to be right there. And there might even be one on the top, which I can add later. So we're going to add a window right here. 1, 2. Gorgeous. And maybe there's one up here on the top. You know, sometimes there is a little window up there that's kind of cute. Okay? It looks so nice. That one we could put one up there too, you know, because there probably is someone living up there. Yeah, I don't like basements. I know people, oh, we just had our basement finished. I don't know. A lot of bad things go on in the basements with kids, you know, because you don't know what's going on. Although my kids are upstairs all day long and I don't know what they're doing. They're always playing on things, but they're doing great. And the greatest thing is my son is only a sophomore in high school, and he's getting these letters from colleges. And I don't even know. I'm like, wait a minute, you're not even a junior yet. And he's like, well, that's what they do, Mom. They look, they get all this college, they got these apps at high school. So I'm very impressed with the Farmington High School. Thank you. Thank you to Judy Galatano, I think is our guidance counselor. I'm just very, very impressed. You know, and my kid got into AOF, you know? And it's not for sports, not for grades. He's just a mediocre kid with a great personality, and he's got a common, easygoing kid. So I was really glad he got in, but I don't have $63,000. Oh, but I loved the people there. I loved it. And so we are very happy at Farmington High. I was just checking just to see if he could get some tuition and some aid. And he was like, Mom, it's a bunch of rich kids. I'm like, oh, look, we already live with a bunch of rich kids. Don't worry about it. That's why we moved here. So, you know, I mean, what are you going to do? You just try your best. And I love it here in Farmington. I think it's great. I live on a very normal street with really great neighbors. Every now and then, we keep getting more greater neighbors. You know, it's sad when the people get older. You know, when I moved in, my kids were 1, and all my best friends were like 80. And now my kid's 15, and they're getting old. And it's sad, but I love my street. And I especially am drawn to older people. They don't brag. Some do, but not most of them don't. They don't brag. They're from a totally different generation. And I just love hearing stories about what older people went through and how they lived. So I'm a big fan. A lot of my friends are, I suppose I'm like my mom, because my mom has a bunch of old friends too. I just like it that way. I can't help it. I have young friends too, but I like the older people. Just really, I'm drawn to them. So I'm going back with my white. Now these are going to be clapboards, so I will put in a couple lines so you can tell that there's clapboards on these homes. And make sure no greens pulling through up there. Doesn't have to be perfect. You know, it's an Impressionist painting, which means it's a little bit messy. That's Impressionist paints. That's what they did. They went outside, they painted, the light changed every single second. The minute they painted something green, it turned light green the next minute because the sun changes. So that's the whole thing about Impressionist paintings. This house in the background looks like everything's a little too big, so I'm just going to tone it down a little. Make these a little lighter, and maybe, and so once you hit that green, I'm going to leave that alone for a minute. And it needs a chimney on that one. It's got to have a chimney. So I don't have a chimney. I'm going to put a white chimney on there. Don't forget to get your chimney cleaned. I just got a new furnace, and we've got to have it all cleaned. I think you're supposed to do your chimney once a year, even if you don't use it, because you think, oh, I don't put fires in my fireplace. It's not about the fire. I think all of your oil, heat, and everything runs out that chimney. So it's crazy. I didn't know that. Yeah. So we'll probably make plans to go to the vineyard again. Edgartown this time. Also, Vineyard Haven's a dry town, which is fine because you can drive in and get your wine or whatever you're going to get somewhere else. But a lot of people prefer it that way. So if you don't want, you know, it's not college kids running around crazy, but, you know, if you just prefer a quieter night, Vineyard Haven might be a place for you to go to. I love it there. I just love it. We usually do 2 weeks. And then my brother-in-law has a boat. He has 2. But his new one, it's not even as nice as his old one. But his new, well, maybe it is. I don't even know. It's a Boston Whaler, so I know that's nice. But the thing goes so fast. It's like we're at the vineyard quick. And we come over from Falmouth. It's so fast. So I'm going to do the fence. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm going to do the hydrangeas first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this blue. This is called cerulean blue. It's the exact kind that you want in your wedding bouquet. Just spray that stuff with some Coco Chanel, and you got a nice bouquet that's floral and everything. Yeah, I can't remember what I had for my wedding bouquet. Oh, I had a bouquet of red roses. Nothing fancy. All right, so we're going to put these things in. These are just, that window's way too big, so I'm going to fix it quick just to show you my mistakes. I noticed them, you know. So much fun, though. And I loved having Christine on. I can't believe I painted Little Nas X and she painted Michael Jackson. Oh, my God, that was crazy. But she's great. And if you ever need, hers is Le Petit, I think, Studio Petite, Petit, I don't know which one. I forgot. Sorry, Christine. But great photographer. So if you ever need a photographer for your kids, for your headshot, I think she does a lot of headshots. So if you're a business and you want to do everybody at once, I believe she comes out to the business, comes out to your house. So that's something she's really good at. So I'm going to start with the hydrangeas. Now, they're big, huge balls like this. And you don't want them to be the same color blue, because then it's going to look like they're totally real, okay? If they're spilling out onto the street, you're just going to throw them out there. And they're not going to be the same color blue because, you know, the light is going to hit it differently. So if your brush is a bit mixed funny, don't worry about it, okay? We're going to put these things everywhere because they are everywhere. They are all over the vineyard. And the Cape. So I was obsessed with them. So right when I bought my house in Farmington, I planted, I think, 12 hydrangeas going all around the house. They're huge, huge, huge. And so they are just gorgeous. I love them. But sometimes they wilt. They don't look that great, you know. So I'm, you know, what am I going to do? But I love them. They're beautiful. And then when you pick them, you pick like 3 sticks and you put them in a jar, and it's great. Makes the whole house look gorgeous. And again, they don't smell. So great. We probably have about 6 to 8 minutes left, I think. I'm not really sure, but you know, we're just gonna wing it up. It's gonna be so fun. I just want Karen to have this gorgeous hydrangea for her house, or she can re-gift. Don't you love when people re-gift? You can totally tell. You know, it's wrapped all wrong. It's definitely not your taste. You invite them over last minute and they're like, oh, here. And you can tell they just got it and they hate it. I've done it. Don't worry about it. I do my hydrangea paintings all the time. They are great gifts. And I'm just going to cruise right along here, try to make this thing looking nice. These go right into the road. They're everywhere. It's so fun. And then I don't know if people trim them. There's a big misconception. I always copy other people. So if I see their hydrangeas and I ride by one day and they're all chopped in half, I go back to my house and I chop them. And then someone will be, oh, you're not supposed to trim the hydrangeas. And I'm like, well, you know what? That lady did, and hers are perfect every year. So I do a lot of copying, and we're gonna put those in. I'm gonna do the fence kind of last. Put some over here, coming out here. Maybe some of them are gonna be a little darker over here. Yeah, put some, now always put the dark part of the blue on the bottom of the hydrangea. I'll show you where, like here, because the light is coming from above. But they don't have to be that way, okay? Mine are spilling out onto the street. And they're going in the back. They're everywhere, everywhere. They look so nice with the White House, too. They really do. Then we'll add the fence, because you can barely see the fence was even there. These are going to be spilling along here, okay? And, yeah, looking forward to having Ted Swanson on with the trains. It'll be at some point. I can't wait. I'm so excited. We've done so much work together, and he got the old pink eye, I think it was. You can't come on with that kind of stuff, but we'll get him back on. He is traveling, going to Florida and stuff, so you know, we'll get him back on there. Put a few over there, maybe a couple lighter ones over here. Now I'm just gonna put some hardware on the door, because it's gotta be gorgeous. So I'm gonna use this. Look, I use my paper here. Isn't that crazy? It's got my little stuff here. So, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna put those little black things. They're kind of pretty, and they go on the carriage doors. They're like this. I don't know what it looks like exactly, but usually it looks something like this. And that goes out, pointy, a little bigger in the back. And then we'll put a handle on, like here, okay? Now there's a lantern hanging right here. I don't really know. I might just go over it in white if I don't like it. And plus I'm painting on wet paint, so I don't know how that's gonna go, but we'll try it. There we go. Put that there. We could even put a little light on it, but it's definitely broad daylight, so I don't know about that. Okay, then we're gonna put some hardware on the other doors right over here. And we'll put some on that one, going in the background. Maybe add a little black in the background in with my green, just so it looks like it's kind of, you know, there. Okay, and then we're gonna put some fence in. Oh, I can't wait. Okay, we're gonna put some fence in after it dries a little bit, and I'm just gonna go back into my windows and put some window panes. I'm gonna go not black, but I'm gonna just do it like a dark gray. So a lot of black and a little white. Maybe a little bit more black there. And I'm just gonna put some window panes in there, okay? And I think I'm gonna do it like this, like that. You have to have a pretty steady hand. So, you know, every now and then I shake, sometimes I don't. And you don't need them everywhere. Sometimes if you just put a couple windows like that, it looks fine. Just here and there, so that there's some light going on. Okay. Looks kind of nice. Maybe I'll make this whole window black here. We're wrapping it up. We've got probably 4 or 5 minutes left, so I'm just going to whip through and finish this thing. I'm going to do the fence next, okay? Now I'm going to get a really good brush. Maybe I'll get a whole nother one. Yep. I'm going to get this one because it's a flat brush. It's pretty much the only good one I've got here left. So I'm going to use this one, flat brush, put it in some water, get a lot of white right here. And I'm going to put my fence back in, okay? So my fence might be here, but you're not going to do the whole fence. So if the fence is here, it might be just showing in parts of it, okay? And it might be just showing in parts here. And then maybe just a little part there. Maybe just a part there. Maybe not. Now you might want to do this, wait till it's dry and do it, but I'm just doing it because, you know, we're almost done here. You just want to make sure it looks like there's some kind of fence going along, okay? So even if you have to paint a whole big glob of fence, you don't want it going over the whole hydrangea because they are poking through, okay? Looks so pretty. Going all the way back into the background, trying to make it nice here. And thank you for tuning in. I'm so excited that you're watching The Crack of Dawn. I'm excited to have new guests. So Teresa Pelham, if you're watching, you would be a great guest. Anybody, really. Anybody in town that wants to promote their business, anybody that just wants to come on and chat it up with me, that would be so fun. I'm going to try another part of the fence here, like that. Okay, and then I'm going to go back and put a couple more hydrangeas in, maybe some darker ones. Thanks for tuning into The Crack of Dawn. We're so excited. I love watching. I get like 9,000 channels because my husband loves to watch sports. So, you know, I have so many channels that I can't even deal with it. So I watch a lot of Nutmeg TV, a lot, and I think it's so much fun. I love the shows. I met a lot of people at the Nutmeg TV party. It was so much fun. We have such a great channel down here. So it is hard to find shows that you like, but I'm a big fan, and I love it. Put in some more hydrangeas there. It is hydrangea central over here, isn't it? I can't believe it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a couple more little things in while we're tuning out, because we only have a minute left. Can you believe it? And next time, I'm not sure who's going to be my guest, but I would love it. Joanne from Ireland is going to come back on. And Eleanor is now 102, and she said she would come on. So now we'll do an episode with Eleanor. It's going to be so fun because, gosh, she looks so good. I would love to know all the tricks. I want to know the tricks. How do you look so good at that age? She told me a couple tips. No drinking, no smoking. That's a big one. Just saying. So we put in these. I'm going to put in the tops of the fence pointy. So if you're watching mine and you're thinking, oh, her fence is mixing in with the blue, don't worry about it because I should have the points on. But what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to make the side of the fence because the side of the fence is gray and the other side of the fence is white. So it's not that big of a deal, but it helps. And it really makes it nice. Oh, I'm so excited you're tuning in. And this is a nice little painting. You can do this over and over. You can do a couple next to each other. You don't have to do them the same as mine. I'm just going to go in and make some darker greens in here too so that all my white kind of disappears. Not the fence part, but the other parts. Put those in there. Put that in there. We've got 10 seconds. I can't believe it. I'm so excited you're tuning into The Crack of Dawn. The Crack will be back. We can't wait. I'll have another Wild Hack outfit. I'd love to wear your stuff. Thank you so much.